articulation.
Previously on T-Man 978.
Let's show you this neck articulation. The neck is on a dumbbell joint, I believe, and she has a ball at the base of the neck like G.I. Joe. But unlike G.I. Joe, watch this. She can actually look up all the freaking way just with that part.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978 found these two at Ross. Let's see if you should be pressed to find them at Ross. Alright, I'm going to try to make this quick. I'm filming this in 4K. If you pause, pinch, and zoom, you should see everything. But here's this side packaging artwork. Here's this. As you can tell, they tried to make it look as much like a cereal box as possible. Here are the action figure / nutritional facts. And it's actually like a book cover. So you can open it and you never actually have to take Frankenberry out of the packaging. I'm going to just start filming. I spent I don't know how many minutes fumbling and bumbling with this thing because this is one of the figures they came out with before the Mega Man and Street Fighter figures, and it's not up to their quality to me. If you want these guys, definitely find them at Ross or some other discount price. I don't think that they're worth their 25 to 30 or whatever they cost. They're not worth that to me. Besides the nostalgia, the packaging, and the paint and whatnot. But the actual product, let's get into that. Let's get you a quick spin around. Here's the cool thing. It looks like what he's supposed to look like. It has all the details. It has basic paint, bright paint, no like stuff like shading or like a wash or anything. It's basic, bright, cartoony. Extreme close-up, everything. Looks good. I believe this head is fully painted. The chain's going around fully painted. I can't tell if the body is painted, but one thing about the body, that is extremely hollow. It's like Mr. Potato Head style. Wasn't expecting that. So this thing is like really light. You have the strawberry fingernails, which, holy moly, if you're one of those people, I forget what it's called, that has that phobia of things with like honeycomb shapes and whatnot, yikes. Don't get this toy. But yeah, let's get into the articulation. The neck is actually crazy. The neck is on 4 points of articulation. There's a hinge at the bottom, a hinge right there, well 3, and that ball at the top. So it can get forward, get all the way up. You can rotate. Let's just pop the head off. But there's a hinge right here, a hinge right here, and a ball at the top, making sure that he can turn his head. I wish every big head cartoony character came with a neck like that. So you should be able to do whatever. The shoulders are on a hinge swivel. The elbow is on a hinge swivel. And this swivel is extremely ridiculously loose on both elbows. There's no resistance at all. And both hands are on horizontal hinges. And the hands appear to be painted. Like I said, I can't tell. The waist, not on a ball or anything. It's just on a swivel. The hips are on ball joints. They can kick out that far, kick that far forward, kick this far back. But they are on a drop down situation, a weirdo drop down situation that can get you 90 degrees. And do that and come out to the side. But these ball joints, especially when you drop down the hips, ridiculously loose. And this one has popped off on me more than once. You get thigh rotation. They have pinned knees. I believe they changed that on their newer. Yeah, they did change that on their newer figures. This ankle pivot, redonkulously loose. You don't know how much issue I had getting him standing up. I was trying to take pictures of him with holding that head in a goofy pose. I did eventually get it, but man, as you can imagine, all of that looseness. Loose hips is one thing, but loose ankle pivot is like a nightmare. This says ages 3 and up, but let me tell you, with all these hinges right here, a 3-year-old popping this head back on it's not happening. You're gonna have to help your kid every time if you decide to buy this for a 3 or 4-year-old. Here he is with the other head on. And I guess the joke with these guys is they're supposed to be monsters, but they're more afraid of you than they are them striking fear in your heart. Anyway, here is the actual cereal box, which is made out of good plastic. It's hollow still, but it's made out of good plastic. Right here we see that they have one of the things you might be able to do extra, like cut out that face to be a mask. I'm a monster, fool your friends. Well, yeah, there's no like barcodes on the bottom or anything else on the sides to make it look even more like a cereal box with it. There you are, General Mills. Alright, here he is next to a 6-inch scale action figure. And if you want to use the cereal box for a 6-inch scale action figure, this is definitely something at a big box store like Sam's Club or whatever, where you're buying in bulk right there, because that does not scale to a person that's 6 inch anyway. And here's this box next to a 7-inch person, though it's still huge. Anywho, the neck articulation is great and something I hope they start using on other figures with head designs like this, or body designs. That's awesome. I like the extra effort there. And I do like the drop down hips so he can get into a seated position even though he's oddly shaped. But ultimately this is something you buy to have standing there in the background. It would have been nice if it actually had a stand to go on those feet, because like I showed, the ankles being loose and all that junk is not very not very suitable for getting this guy just standing in the background being nostalgic. Anyway, yeah, 3 out of 5. And now Count Chocula. Same thing with the Velcro book opening situation. The artwork on the side right here. The back of the box. And I did mention we see Blueberry, Fruit Brute, Fruity Yummy Mummy, and they have a new person now, like she's a ghoul or whatever. I guess she's supposed to be like a zombie. And here is his action figure facts. Didn't show the bottom. Jada Toys, of course, ages 3 and up. Here's this artwork on the inside. I'm guessing they're in Count Chocula's house or whatever. But these were the 3 main guys you would see in the store back in the day. Fruit Brute was not existent, and Blueberry was never in the commercials. So I didn't know about him until I saw him in the store when I was little. Scratch that, he was in commercials, but not when I was little. And now we have the most popular of the cereal monsters, Count Chocula, out of packaging. Eventually in the commercials, if you were old enough to remember, once they stopped having Blueberry, which like I said I never saw on TV until YouTube, they eventually stopped having Frankenberry, and then it was just down to Count Chocula. Even though both of them were on the shelf at the same time. All of them were on the shelf still, really. But now we just get them every September-ish to celebrate Halloween, because of course that's the only time people want this stuff. Not. The newer versions of this they took out all the sugar and flavoring, so it's nowhere near. But that's a cereal review and not the actual action figure. Here he is from the front, the side, the back, and I'm guessing this is his hair. It never really looked like hair or whatever. And close-up time. Here is Count Chocula in 3D. His joints are different from Frankenberry, and they are tighter. You could, I guess, technically pull this cape off if you didn't want him to have a cape. But let's get into the articulation. His head is on a ball, or I think it might be on a dumbbell. We'll see when I pop the head off, which I haven't done. But he does have a ball in the base of the neck, so you can get crazy tiltage to make him look even more animated and make him look all the way up. So somebody out there really cared about articulation in the neck. Thank you. Hinge swivel. Hinge swivel. These are not as loose as Frankenberry. You get horizontal hinges on both wrists. He actually has a dumbbell in the ab section right here, so you can crunch him forward a bit. He doesn't have drop downs, but the legs can kick back that much. Kick forward, kick out to the side, swivel. The swivels on these hips are loose. They aren't very tight at all. You get double jointed knees that bend like all the way. And you get feet that kick back that much, kick forward, and ankle pivot. The ankle pivot is tighter than Frankenberry. But up close we see he has that Herbert the Pervert nose. So maybe they did intentionally design that character to look like this dude. Don't you want to eat my cereal? The head is on a dumbbell. Came right off, to be honest. And this is on a stiffer joint in there, I guess, to make sure you don't pull that out. And let's put this on without the cape so you can see it. Ooh! Now he's really excited about that cereal. And his head looks humongous without that cape. And here he is standing up. And here is his cereal box. Count Chocula. And same deal, cut out this for a mask. Fool your friends, play monster. Kinda like Count Chocula a little bit more. Even though when I was a kid, I definitely loved Frankenberry's cereal. Here they both are next to another 80s nostalgic monster. Or something that these commercials probably played along our show back in the day. Another 80s person.
You will be giving me a recipe, by the way.
Here's another Jada product. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. You seen it before you fell. I'm not filming that over. Any old who, these things at the end of the day do way more than I would ever expect for something like this. Normally you get 5 POAs or just straight up static. They went out of the way with the neck articulation. They have double jointed knees. And they do other things. I like Count Chocula more than Frankenberry because his functionality is way better. I don't know what would happen if you buy these guys. Would they still be loose? But that's what my experience. And a lot of times other people's experience aren't far off. So yeah, I like Count Chocula more off top based on my experience than I do the Frankenberry. If you wanted to just pick one instead of both of them. But anywho, thank you for watching this video. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
You will be giving me a recipe, by the way. I won't be leaving. I won't be leaving here. I won't be leaving here.
Figure action.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.